Hey there, focused learners, and welcome back. Today, we're diving into an incredibly powerful explainer covering Strong 63, Day 2 of Markel's Hustler's 10-Minute-a-Day Challenge. We're going to really unpack the ultimate mindset of achievement. What actually fuels you when the chips are down? This is one of those concepts that's going to completely shift how you look at your own abilities, your journey, and, honestly, the barriers standing between you and your goals. We've laid it all out visually, so let's just get right into it. Okay, let's dive into this. Have you ever wondered why some people with literally all the right skills still fall short? I mean, you see it all the time, right? Someone has the certifications, they know the steps inside and out, they bought the fancy software, but they're just stuck. Markel confronts this exact paradox because, as it turns out, acquiring the how-to is just the baseline. It's only the very first step in a much bigger journey. Moving on to Section 1, the fortress of success, and exactly why skills aren't enough. To explain this, Markel uses this brilliant metaphor. He asks us to picture success not as some abstract idea, but as a person. Think of a highly guarded king or queen living inside a massive, fortified castle. It's got walls, boundaries, and armed security specifically there to keep out anyone who isn't worthy or is just wasting time. Now, if you want to reach success, you have to scale those walls. For that, you need physical tools and skills, right? First, you buy the rope. Step 2, you learn the exact knot to tie so it hooks to the top. Step 3, you secure that rope around yourself so if you slip, you don't fall all the way down. In the real world, these are your business tools, your marketing courses, your software, your networking. You absolutely need them. But here's the kicker. They are literally just the bare minimum requirements. Because even after you sweat and struggle to scale that wall with your hard-earned skills, success still isn't guaranteed. The second you drop down on the other side, or the moment you step up to the door, you are immediately confronted by success's security team, and they are going to stop you in your tracks. They're going to demand to know, what are you doing here? What is your purpose? What are your true intentions? This brings us to Section 2, the 5-word principle, which is basically your ultimate security clearance. So, the crucial point is, getting past those guards takes way more than just flashing your rope or showing off your knots. You have to prove you actually belong inside that fortress. And when they start intensely questioning you, Markel shares a 5-word principle that literally saved his own business journey. Here it is. Never get caught lacking belief. Those 5 words are everything. You have to possess this intense, internal driver. You have to truly believe that what you are doing is worthy and that success has no choice but to let you in. Think of it like this. Having skills gets you over the wall, right? And yeah, maybe some people can finesse the system and sneak by for a minute, but success notices what's missing. It can tell when you don't genuinely feel you belong there. Having skills might get you to the front door, but having unshakable belief, that's what actually convinces success to open it. It's what gets you through the pop quizzes you didn't even know you were taking. Next up, Section 3, the leadership test, featuring pressure and the politician. Let's ground this concept in the real world for a second, looking at how public figures handle things when their backs are completely against the wall. Because belief isn't just this quiet little feeling inside. It is loud and it's visible, especially when the pressure hits a boiling point. Imagine a politician on the campaign trail or an entrepreneur in a massive sales pitch. They're exuding confidence, right? Pitching from town to town, client to client. But then the real test comes. What happens when the tough, totally unscripted questions start flying from aggressive reporters or skeptical buyers? Suddenly, they're hit with questions about a scandal or some controversial choice they made. Right there, in that exact pressure cooker moment, success and the entire audience is watching. We've all seen it. You can instantly spot when someone's self-belief starts to crack. Their facial expression changes in a split second. Their voice gets that little quiver, they start dodging direct answers, or worse, they try to change the subject entirely. Success notices every single one of those tells. It sees when you're just making it up on the fly. And the second that belief slips, the guards of success will literally escort you right off the property. And this brilliantly illustrates what Markel defines as unshakable belief. It's a consistent internal driver. When you have it, you literally never get caught lacking. If someone throws a massive challenge or a scandal in your face, your smile doesn't drop. You don't dodge the question, you lean into it. You address it head-on without hesitation, letting everyone know that no matter what, you've got this. When your audience, whether that's voters, followers, or a massive client, sees that kind of straightforward, unflinching confidence, it builds incredible trust. That right there is what builds true leadership. Moving along to Section 4, Master, Teach, Evolve, the mentorship loop. Okay, so how do we take this amazing mindset and actually apply it to our businesses? Markel shifts gears to a real-world example, an upcoming Facebook traffic training hosted by his business partner, Wayne Crow. Now, this training is a perfect example of grabbing a high-level skill to help you climb that fortress wall. It teaches you how to get free traffic from Facebook, zero guesswork, no ads, no budget, and honestly, it's a skill you can pick up in under an hour. But the really fascinating part, the story of how Wayne actually developed this specific method perfectly captures this whole concept of self-belief. Just look at this timeline. Month 1, Wayne learns a new Facebook traffic skill. Then in month 2, because he genuinely believes in his ability to lead, he teaches it to one of his students. By month 3, that student takes the info, runs with it, and streamlines it so well that they actually become better at it than Wayne? So, what does Wayne do in month 4? Does his ego freak out? Does he stubbornly stick to his old clunky way? No way. He simply said, "I'm willing to follow the teaching of my student." That is huge. That quote represents the absolute peak of self-belief. It means having zero ego. When you are truly secure in yourself as a leader, you have absolutely no problem stepping back and becoming a student again when your own pupil elevates the skill. Because the goal isn't for the teacher to always be the smartest guy in the room. The goal is for everyone to keep evolving and getting better. And finally, Section 5, your next move, and picking your path to mastery. So Markel throws down a very simple challenge for you. Focus on one thing. He doesn't want you to just toy around with a bunch of concepts doing the bare minimum to see what sticks. No, he wants you to apply this exact mentorship loop we just talked about. Sure, there are 100 shiny objects you could chase in online marketing, but you shouldn't be juggling all of them halfway. Pick one, just one single skill. Dive completely into it. Master it inside and out. Take that little spark from a mentor and fan it into a massive fire. Become so ridiculously good at that one thing that you can eventually turn around and teach it to your own followers. But to even start that journey, to take that very first step of buying the rope, you need that foundational spark. You have to have the belief to make a small investment in yourself today. In this module, Markel actually challenges his viewers to click a mega link to access Wayne's training. And just taking that action, saying, "Hey, I'm worth this, and I'm going to make it work," that requires a small but incredibly mighty bit of self-belief. Which really leaves us with this final question to chew on. You're out there grinding every day, right? Building your skills, trying to scale the giant walls of your own personal fortress. But when you finally drop down on the other side and walk up to that door, when the armed security of success looks you dead in the eye and asks for your true intentions, will you have the unshakable belief to answer them without even a quiver in your voice? Keep that in the back of your mind as you go about your hustle today. Thanks so much for hanging out with me on this Explainer-Focused Learners. Keep building those skills, but more importantly, keep building that belief.
They keep telling you, stay motivated. Watch this. Listen to that. Get inspired. But what happens when the video ends? When the music fades? When nobody's clapping, watching, or waiting for you to win? What moves you then? I used to run on borrowed energy, quotes, speeches, people hyping me, yeah. Felt unstoppable for a moment, then I'd crash, like it was never in me. That's the problem with external fuel. It burn quick, don't last, don't rule. You dependent on a source outside, so when it disappears, so do you. I was chasing feelings, not building fire, waiting to feel ready instead of climbing higher. But readiness ain't a mood you catch, it's a discipline you wire. So I had to ask myself something different. If nobody ever told me keep going, would I answer that honestly? Realize purpose don't scream, it whispers. It ain't in the crowd, it's found in the mirror. It ain't in applause or validation checks. It's in what you do when there's nothing to flex. Motivation temporary, purpose permanent. One phase away, the other's inherent. You don't wake up feeling it every day, but purpose don't care how you feel anyway. It moves through you even when you're tired, even when life feel misaligned and wired. It's that quiet push you can't explain. Let's say do it again through the doubt and pain. So I stopped asking how do I feel and started asking what's real, what's mine to build, what's mine to create. That's when I found something stronger than fate. I don't need a reason, I am the reason. I am the reason. I don't need the feeling, I don't need the feeling. I move with meaning. No more waiting, no more waiting, no more chasing, no more chasing. Internal driver, that's what's leading. Yeah. Now I move like it's already decided. No hesitation, no need to be guided. I built a system inside of my soul that don't break down when I'm losing control. External noise don't shake my direction. I learned to operate without the connection. Not disconnected but self-sustained. Energy internal, never drained. I don't need hype, I don't need cheers. I done built this through blood, sweat, tears. Every rep carved into my frame. Now discipline calling me by name. This what it look like when purpose drive. You ain't just working, you feel alive. Even in struggle there's something deeper. You not just moving, you moving with meaning. Listen close. Purpose don't shout, it pulls. It don't beg, it demands. And once you feel it, you can't go back. There's gonna be days you don't feel like it. Do it anyway. There's gonna be days you question everything. Keep going anyway. Because the ones who make it ain't the most motivated. They the most committed to something deeper than motivation. I don't need a reason, don't need a reason. I am the reason, am the reason. I don't need the feeling, don't need the feeling. I move with meaning, move with meaning. No more waiting, no more waiting, no more chasing, no more chasing. Internal driver, that's what's leading. When the world go quiet, when the noise disappear, when nobody's watching, that's when you find out if you really got it, or if you was just borrowing it. Borrowing it.
I've been quietly building something behind the scenes, and Ananya is one of the reasons I'm having so much fun creating it. She's 27, Tamil, creative, ambitious, warm, and just stubborn enough to make life interesting. Ananya walked away from the safe career others imagined for her and opened a contemporary event studio celebrating South Asian art and culture. She wants a relationship built on affection, consistency, and mutual support, but because she tends to overthink everything, getting close to her may require a little patience. And that's where things get interesting. Ananya isn't simply an AI avatar I created for a picture. She has a backstory, personality, goals, strengths, flaws, relationship desires, and fears that will shape how she interacts with other characters inside an app I'm currently developing. What happens when someone who craves reassurance meets a person who keeps their emotions guarded? What happens when two ambitious personalities want the same opportunity? I'm building a world where these AI avatars can form friendships, chase goals, fall in love, clash, grow, and possibly create drama I didn't even see coming. I'm not ready to reveal the entire app yet, but I'll be introducing you to every new character as the world grows. For now, welcome Ananya. Based on what you know about her, would you date her, befriend her, or keep your distance? Let me know in the comments and tell me who you think she should meet next.
I give you food for action, don't choke on the truth. This lesson I prepared was made just for you. Feast up, I'll keep serving till the pot run dry. Got enough cooking to feed the whole country, no lie. Too many flavors, you know, I got what you like. Don't start beefing with me, you won't win this fight. If you come in peace, keep your teeth intact. I got a plan to get this cake, come grab a stack. Life could be sweet, if you listen, you'll see. Food for action on a platter, served fresh by me. I'm serving knowledge on plates, got the recipe down. A blend of hustle and wisdom, that's my sound. I'm feeding the masses, no crumbs, full course. But if you bring nothing to the table, find the door. Stop acting like you got beef, it won't taste right. This flavor's reserved for those ready.
Okay, family, we are live. We are live. And once again, I want to welcome you guys back to another episode of the Hustlers 10-Minute a Day Challenge. Today is Strong 63, day 4, and we are right at 17 minutes into today's challenge. So, we're going to do what we do. As always, we're going to pull back the curtain and we're going to expose the most valuable document in all of online marketing. Now, today is one of those special days of the strong, right? It's Thursday. It's that day that we reserve for taking action, and we call it Action Taking Thursday. So let me ask you this question to start you out. Do you have that bulletproof belief in yourself? I know that intro training, that right there was so powerful, delivered to you by my business partner, the AI. And it restated what we talked about in yesterday's live about having belief. And belief is so powerful. It's something that success is looking for. It's looking for the person that has belief. And I want to dive even deeper into uh that principle, that foundational principle of first having belief. Now, with belief, you can do just about anything. Even people that have the worst intentions, they become successful at whatever it is that they do, whether it's, you know, it could be anything, committing crimes, causing all kinds of mass destructions and things like that. But when they have belief and they stay the course and they strongly, strongly believe in what they are doing, they go through, they go to extremes. There is no limit to the depth that a person will sink to or rise to if they have, you know, rock solid belief. So we know that that's a foundational principle. So once again, do you have unshakable belief in yourself first and foremost? Now, I want you to have that belief in yourself before anything else, because there's going to be, as we stated, there's going to be products and services that you're going to be introduced to. And the product and service, they usually do what they are designed to do. They're not on trial, so to speak. They do and perform functions that they were designed to perform. But the end result relies with the user themselves. How do you use the tool? How do you use the document? If it's a physical product, how do you use that physical product? It all depends on how you hold it in your hand and your particular skill level. And in order to get those skills and develop the skills, and I truly believe in order to make a person a real master at something or an expert at something, is that they first have to have belief that they can become an expert or master in that particular field. A person that builds a house, yes, a person can build a house and they say, hey, I'm just following the blueprint. But then there's someone else who has unshakable belief and they say, hey, I see the houses around me. They look nice, but I believe that I can, make something 10 times better. And due to my belief, I'm not just going to use the regular basic wood. I'm not going to use the regular basic flooring. I'm going to have such belief in myself that I'm going to invest in premium tools. I'm going to invest in the best flooring, in the best type of wood. I'm going to be able to lay the best foundation possible. And then once when it's time for me to present this house that I've built, from my expertise, from my belief that hey, I can build the best house on the block or in the neighborhood. Once when that person builds it, that's when the work begins. They still have to possibly advertise it. They still have to get eyes on it and have people see that house and also admire that house for what it is. Now, we always talk about the other aspects that determine success. The things that you can't really control, but you can somewhat navigate it. It's called targeting. If you're targeting the right people, then the right people will always find you and they'll value your proposition or your solution. Now, a person who doesn't care anything about, architecture or anything like that, they might see your amazing house and they might say, okay, that's nice. They might walk across the floor and they might not realize that, hey, this flooring is premium. It doesn't creak at all. When they go to the second floor, they might not notice that every inch of this home, every corner, every baseboard area is perfectly crafted and cut to perfection. They might not even notice it. They might not think about the fact that somebody else that they're on the first floor, somebody else is on the second floor running around and they don't even hear a sound because you designed a premium home that also includes soundproofing. Now, if you're not targeting the right audience of people, then you won't get a person that truly values what you have crafted and put together. So, yesterday, you know, it was Decision Day Wednesday, and we talked about the importance of making a decision and the value, once again, of, having belief in yourself so that once when you make the decision to get started, you stick to it. And that's something that belief does. That's something that belief has done for me over the last 15 plus years. Even in the beginning, when I didn't have any results, when I didn't have my first win, when I didn't see any type of income coming in, I still had belief in myself. I believed that, hey, I'm no better or worse than the next person. I'm just me. I'm not a superhero, but I knew for a fact that I'm no worse than the person that I saw that was able to, build a successful business. They put on their shoes 1 foot at a time, you know. They did all of the same things that a normal human does. And I knew that them being human made it possible for me to also be successful. Now, once again, I'm also a little petty. And being a little petty also allowed me to look at things in a certain way. I I would see somebody do something and I would say, man, that's, you know, either you shouldn't be doing that, you're making a mistake. And I would recognize certain things that, hey, a person could have avoided and they could have, as I spoke about in previous lives, they could have made a right turn instead of that left turn. And I was able to identify those type of things. So I understood that mentally I was capable of making wise decisions. I was capable of seeing things that sometimes other people weren't able to see. So with me understanding that about myself, I understood that the belief that I had in myself, it was well placed. Now that I had the belief in myself, I had to find a product or service that I can transfer that belief to. And that was the challenging part. Throughout my journey, I've been a part of various business opportunities. And I don't look at those opportunities that, may not have led me to success door, you know, I don't look at them as failures. I look at them as building blocks, teachable moments, things that I internalize and I recognize where there were similarities in each one of those situations and where I could have been better when it comes to my skill set. Now, I stuck with those opportunities through the bad times, through the times where, hey, I might have felt like, hey, this right here, this product might not be something that everybody wants, might not be something that's that great. But me having a belief in myself, I still push forward. Sometimes those situations, those opportunities ended without me having to, quit or anything or leave or jump ship. Some of those opportunities ended on their own because the company itself might have went out of business, the product, got discontinued, whatever it was. But throughout it all, I stayed the course. I didn't let the destruction or the downfall of one particular company stop me from achieving my goal. My belief was still strongly cemented in myself. And since it was cemented in me, I transferred that belief overall. I put it into online marketing. I knew for a fact that online marketing as a whole was one of the number one ways for a person like myself and like others to build a home based business that they could have for longevity, that they can also enjoy, that they can take care of a family, that they can, get the results that they want if they worked hard enough and smart enough for a particular period of time. Because time was another factor. I understood that just because I had belief in myself, that, it didn't mean that things were going to happen overnight. I didn't say to myself that, hey, yeah, I know I can do this. And, you know, it's going to happen tomorrow because tomorrow's came and success never showed up. So day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, I continued to show up due to my strong belief in myself and now into the overall industry that I was part of. So, the particular product and service, once again, it didn't matter. And it still doesn't matter till today. I look at all of these products and services that we have access to, the list is just growing. There's hundreds and thousands of opportunities out there. Some will be around for a short time, some might be around for years, but it doesn't really matter to the person that has true belief. The most successful people that I've seen online, they've gone from one business opportunity to another, and they might have, you know, lost a little momentum throughout the transitions, but they picked right back up and they continued. They were able to keep everything going. So that's what I want for you guys. When you decide that you want to take action, right? Seeing as though today is Action Taking Thursday. When you decide that you want to do that and you want to take action and you want to build something amazing, that's when a lot of challenges come. And when those challenges come, the only thing that you have as your sword and shield is your belief. Now, I want to talk to you guys about a story that I saw and I actually heard the news report. And it's something that's been going on for probably about a year now. And it's a story of belief. It's a story of, a company that had belief in the beginning and they have belief till this day. They have ongoing belief and they're willing to do what's necessary in order to keep what they believe in going. So let me pull up that new tab section and hopefully it didn't refresh. Maybe the story is still here in this, tab section. But if it's not, that's okay because I already clicked on the article to have it up just in case, the page refreshed. So from the looks of it, let's see. Yeah, these look like different stories than what I saw before, but that's okay. This right here, you know, kinda, kinda a little, tied to it. Hmm. Mark Zuckerberg. So the article that I want to talk to you guys about is this one right here. Let me scroll to the top. It says everything changing on Instagram and Facebook after court settlement. Now, this right here is a very interesting court case because it's based off of, you know, belief. It's strongly based in belief. The case itself came about because a segment of people believed so strongly that Meta, Facebook, and other social media platforms were responsible for the detriment of young people. They believed so strongly in that they said, hey, I believe it. I know it to be a fact. I know it to be true. So I'm going to bring it to court. I'm going to put it under a microscope and I'm going to let the world look at it, see what it is that I'm talking about. And I want to see if they fall in line with my beliefs. And if you don't know, the legal system basically sided with those people that had that belief. They believed that Meta, Facebook, and the other social media platforms, Instagram, that they were responsible for, you know, the detriment of young people. And there's been certain cases and instances that would strongly make you or help you to see their viewpoint. But it says here, just to go through the document, because it doesn't have a summary section, but it says right here, Meta is about to make dramatic changes to Instagram and Facebook as part of a historic legal settlement. Historic. So, says the company has been sued by 29 state attorney generals in the US who accused it of knowingly damaging the mental well-being of the young people who use its platform. That's a strong statement. And it takes people who strongly believe that this is true. It takes strong belief to present a case like this. They presented the case, they looked at the evidence, they looked at everything, and they said, okay, we actually agree with you. Now, Meta, Facebook, Instagram, they said, hey, we understand how you feel. We strongly believe in our product and service, and we don't necessarily agree with what you feel and what you believe, but we believe in our product so much that we're not going to just say, hey, we're going to throw in the towel. We're going to actually do some things to make our platform better. We want to help resolve this situation, but not only do we want to make some changes, but now our belief in our product and service has, pushed us to, having to make certain financial investments to the changes and financial, output to the settlement. So it says here, now Meta has agreed to settle that case, though it has not admitted any wrongdoing. The settlement includes a huge fine against the company and deep changes to how it operates its platforms. So they agreed, hey, we'll settle, we'll pay. And how much? Well, imagine this. I want you guys to ask yourself this. How strong would your belief be if you created something and you thought it was so great, so powerful, so strong, and that, was the best thing on earth? And then you had some people with a different belief about your product or service. How strong would your belief be in what you're doing? Would you fold? Would you crumble? Or would you continue the course? You know, kind of like what Meta is doing. Would you be able to stand up and still have belief in your product and service after being, you know, ruled against as part of a settlement and being told that you will have to pay at least $12.1 billion to resolve the lawsuits? And it says it may be forced to pay another $5 billion, taking the total settlement to $17.1 billion, depending on future action against other social media companies. Now, I'm not going to read too much more of this article, but I'm going to add an extra layer of depth to this. That's a large amount of money to the average person, right? And even to a big company like Meta. But when you look at it and you look at the stories and the reports and you look at, you know, the financial records, it says that 12.1 billion to 17.1 billion is actually about 1 month worth of revenue for Meta. So when you look at it that way, you're like, would I be willing to give up 1 month of my salary for my beliefs? Would I be okay with saying, hey, I have to surrender 1 month of my salary because, you know, there was a ruling against me that says that, what I believed in wasn't really a good thing, that there were some flaws in it. So I want you guys to think about that. Would you? Because that's the type of situation Meta's in. And from that standpoint, when you look at it, you might say, hey, that's not really a lot. So hey, I can deal with that. I'll give it up and I'll keep it going and I'll work to make things better. Now, the one other thing that I'm not sure is listed in this particular article, but let's just read a little bit more. But it says, but the same settlement also requires Meta to bring new blocks, features, and changes to Instagram and Facebook that are designed to limit the harm they could do to children. Some of the same changes could come to other platforms such as Snapchat, TikTok, and YouTube in the future. All right. So it's not like they're just singling out Meta. They're saying as a whole, social media platforms are causing these issues. But Meta, being one of the largest, right? Being the largest possibly, right? It's kind of like you being, the leader. You being the one to lead the charge. You being a person that, creates a system and, you know, due to your faith and belief, you say, hey, I'm going to be the first one to go through the door. I'm going to be the pioneer in my business. I'm a step forward. I'm gonna step out of line, like I mentioned in yesterday's live, right? I'm gonna be that rare individual that does something special. You might be that person in your family. You might be that one individual that decided that, hey, I'm not gonna live a traditional life. I'm gonna do something different. And, I know I have family members and friends that look at me like, hey, like I'm crazy. Like, oh, why didn't you just play it safe? Why didn't you just, you know, get a 9 to 5 and just, do what we're doing? Why did you have to try to be the special person? But when you decide to be that individual, then that comes with some risk. And that's why, once again, belief becomes so valuable. You have to have that as your core because your belief is what's going to keep you going through the hard times. Because the hard times will come, especially if you're the first to market, if you're the first person to do something, if you're the first one in your family to accomplish something. Those hard times might come in various forms. You might have situations where, hey, you're doing good in business, but now, the rest of the family, they might have a little disdain for you because hey, you're the one that made it. Family might not want to come around you anymore. They might not want to associate with you. They might look at you as like an outsider now. Or the family might look at you as, you know, hey, this person has it all. Let me let me go drain them of what they have. Instead of them trying to achieve what you achieved, they say, hey, they come to you and say, hey, can I have? They come to you for your support and your help. And they might need it, or they might just want to be there just to drain you of what you have. And if you don't do as they want, then hey, you might become the bad guy in their mind. The belief in their mind at that point might be that you are the bad guy. There comes challenges when it comes to pursuing success. And that's why belief is so powerful and valuable. But I also like what Facebook did or Meta did in this case. And I'm not sure, once again, if it's listed in this particular article, but I would like to encourage you to read this article because it talks about the main changes that they want to implement. Some of these changes sound pretty good. And like I said, once again, so far it seems to just affect the young people on the platform. And it's designed to help, protect them so that the things that people believe that the social media platforms is causing, so that they are mitigated. So certain things like time limits for children on Instagram and Facebook. Yeah, restrict their time. You shouldn't be on it during school hours. You shouldn't be on it in the middle of the night. Different things like that. So nighttime blocks, school time limits, better age checks, improved content controls, stronger and easier parental controls, you know, things like that that'll help. And that's going to take additional investment. They have to create certain extra tools, extra features in order to make this work. But it's an investment that they're willing to make because they have belief in their product. And the alternative is not an option. They're not going to fold. They're not going to close. They're not going to stop. They're going to keep moving forward, but they're going to try to make the proper adjustments, just like you should, just like in your life on a daily basis. Today is Action Taking Thursday. If the life that you've been living so far isn't giving you what you want, and it's, putting you in a position where, you don't have much belief in what you're doing and what the future might look like, I want to encourage you to strengthen your belief in yourself first, once again. And then once when you have belief that you can be the person that saves yourself, your family, then I want you to find something to apply that belief to. It might not be online marketing. It could be anything. But that's why here in the Hustleverse, we teach people about, you know, finding their passion. And to go back to the most valuable document, you know, I tell you guys all the time that this document is a blueprint. It's a blueprint that helps you identify what it is that you can achieve, and it helps identify who you are as a person. See, now, if you put your belief in this document, it can help you. But once again, you have to put belief in yourself first. If you believe that this document with its blueprint, its simple blueprint that teaches you how to use a system, various tools, create your own product, your own song, and if you're able to be consistent at that, then you would end up at the end of, a certain time frame, maybe at the end of a week or 2 weeks, you'll be able to have a catalog of music that you can listen to, be inspired by, be motivated by. That's if you choose to create that type of music. So it pretty much guarantees that you'll have that asset that, you know, goes a long way in helping you strengthen your personal belief. See, this blueprint right here is designed to help you strengthen your belief. Just like I said in the previous live, only thing a person needs is one win. They need their first win, and that right there pretty much unlocks their potential. It lets them know that, hey, I am capable of doing one thing. And if I'm capable of doing this one thing that I've never done before, then I'm capable of doing another thing. And that is the foundation of building an unshakable belief system. So hopefully I'm speaking to the right people. Hopefully the right people who understand what true value is watching. And they'll see this document as being something more powerful than the average person would ever think it is. For me, once again, I've said it time and time again, this right here has given me so much belief in myself. It's been a staple. It's been here for just about every single live that I've done. And today, this is live 314 consistent lives. So I've looked at this picture. I've looked at this picture, this symbol of my belief over and over and over again. And now it's become part of my life. And now it's helping me become a better leader. And now it's giving me the confidence in order to take things to the next stage. So part of the next stage is what was shown in that beginning training, right? That little beginning snippet with the AI, with my AI twin, if you want to call it that, right? And it talked about an app that I'm creating. I want to create something that's creative and fun, engaging. I don't want to be a cookie cutter online marketer. There's so many people out here that are doing the same exact thing. They're recreating the same exact things over and over and over again. And that's cool. Let them be them. That's why I say, hey, let the people who want to stand in line and do those type of things, let them be them. But me, since I have so much belief in myself and what I do, and the fact that, hey, I might be a little bit different. The way I think might be a little bit different, but I'm going to stay the course because I believe in the way my mind works. I believe in the things that, I teach. I believe in the future that I see so strongly that I'm not going to do things the traditional way. I'm going to use the foundational skills. Yes, I'm going to use the foundational skills, but I'm going to apply it to something that serves me, that I have a passion for. So that app that I'm creating, I'll give you guys further details to it later on. But of course, if you want to truly be a part of it and want to, join in the fun, the creativity, and build a business alongside of it, you have to be part of my Hustleverse Movie Studio Mindset private group because we're diving fully into AI content creation, having fun with it, building profitable businesses that's based off of your particular passion. So I don't care what product or service it is that you want to promote. We provide the foundational skills so that you can apply those skills to anything. And that intro, short video that gave you a little idea. So we're creating AI avatars, not just for the purpose of just doing simple posts. Anybody can do that. A lot of people have their own AI twin. And what do they do with their AI twin? They just post a picture of them, little caption or whatever. You know, just about everybody does that. But what if you can create something that's a little bit different? What if you can create your own universe where you have multiple AI characters and these characters interact with each other? It makes me think about something that's going to be released in what, a matter of a couple of months. And matter of fact, looking at today's date, today is the 27th of August. I think on Netflix today, they actually release a, uh, not sure what you want to call it, but a pre-release type of situation, a launch um, type of preview for the most anticipated game in history. So for Grand Theft Auto 6, right? GTA 6. Now that game right there is slated to be one of the, hopefully, best games ever created. Hopefully they don't mess it up. There's a lot that can go wrong, and there's a lot of anticipation that has gone into this game and its development of what I heard, what, about 12 years, 10 to 12 years in development for a game like this, where you have the most realistic, type of game where you can go outside, do this, go down the street, go to the store, you can steal cars or whatever. This game has it all, right? But we'll see how that turns out when it's released. So now we have that game, which we know is very popular. Why not create your own universe? Why not create your own AI avatar where you can actually have your AI avatar have a real life, not just be a picture, but actually have a backstory, have a personality, go through different situations. And that's the difference that I'm trying to bring. Now, I know for the average person who's in my particular niche, who's probably part of my group, they probably like, well, that's not, that's completely different from what we're doing here in affiliate marketing. We're just promoting basic tools and, online training. That's great. That's good. That's okay. That's good for the average person, I guess. But I want to create something that's different. And that's what we're doing inside the Movie Studio Mindset private group. So if you want to join that group, first, I want to give you access to something absolutely free. I want to give you access to my, exclusive Hustleverse AI UGC blueprint, because I want to get you prepared, right? Just like with anything, we have documents, we have trainings, we have things that help you with the foundational skills, right? Just like this right here, that's been here for over a year. Grab your mega link. This right here helps you with your marketing skills so that you can build a strong foundation for marketing. But my AI UGC blueprint gives you a strong foundation for creating your own AI avatar. So once when you're able to do that, then you can apply that skill and you can be creative and have that AI avatar do whatever it is that you want it to do, serve whatever purpose that you want it to serve. And maybe you might want to bring it to the Hustleverse universe where they can be inside the new app that I'm creating. Like I said, stay tuned. More information on that later. But it's not going to be the average type of app that, other affiliate marketers might be creating. It's not something that's going to help you post more just so that you can, post and post and post and still get no results. When your ultimate goal is that you're trying to build a business and you're trying to, make money online. And these tools, all they're going to do is allow you to post more of the same thing that you've been posting that isn't getting you any results because nobody cares about that particular thing. But what if you had something that helps you unlock your mind? Now, nobody might necessarily care about the app that I'm creating, but it's not for everybody to care about it. It's for the right people to see, hey, if this is possible, then maybe my idea is possible also. And for them to do like what it said in that beginning training, it's designed for a leader to lead a person, teach a person the valuable skills, teach them how to do something, allow them to take access and take control of it, and then take it even farther and build something even better. One day, after you've gotten access to this document here, the Hustler's 10 Minute a Day Challenge doc, one day you might create your own doc that's even better. Once when you get access to the Hustleverse AI UGC blueprint document, after you've learned that and studied that, one day you might create something that's a little bit better. And it's all because you had belief in yourself and you decided to take action. And if you do that, then me as a leader, I might be willing to follow. I might be willing to say, hey, they have a great idea, a great product, something fun, creative, something different. And that's how we build and that's how we grow. So with that, I hope you guys have enjoyed today's live. I hope it's given you some perspective. I hope you decide to take action today. Learn the valuable skill sets first so that you can apply those skills to any and everything that you want. If you want access to the skills that have helped me to unlock my fullest potential, I want you to comment hustle and I'll send you the link to this amazing opportunity. Now, depending on what platform you're watching, the link to the Hustler's 10 Minute a Day Challenge doc should be in the description. All you have to do is click that link, get access, start by getting your foundational tools, and then take the challenge. Start, building that self-belief by getting your first win. So with that, once again, I hope you guys have enjoyed today's live. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow in tomorrow's live. And, we're going to close out like we always do. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. See you in the next live.
Woke up to silence, dreams still heavy, phone screen dry, but my vision stays steady. Mama said, baby, that job ain't your lane, but I clocked in anyway, chasing someone else's gain. That got me dancing with denial at night, scrolling for hope, but it's hidden from sight. 10 minutes a day sounded small at first, but in silence even whispers can't quench a thirst. Notebook in hand, wrote my future in ink, mapped out my mission before I started to sink. Every post was a prayer, every share had weight. I wasn't selling a link, I was shifting fate. I found my rhythm in the quietest place, where hustle meant healing and grind meant grace. From the corner of doubt, I carved my space. Legacy ain't loud, but it wins the race. 10 minutes a day, brick by brick, built from the bottom, now the vision stick. No hype, no cap, just clarity. This ain't just income, it's legacy. Every click, every song I create etches my name where they can't erase. You can doubt, but you gon' see. 10 minutes a day turned into legacy. People laugh, said she doing too much. To my PayPal ping, then they changed up the touch. No big brand, no six-figure crew, just a mic, some lyrics, and a dream that grew. Tired of waiting for the gatekeeper's call, so I built my own stage, held my own hall. Suno on deck, that's the beat in my chest. GPT spitting like I'm born to impress. Said I'd never make it, cool, noted, but now my bars turn pain into coated. From broken to branded, I ain't asked for fame, I asked for freedom and I claim my name now. Hustle berry on loop like healing chance, for the girls who grew up with limited chance. This is more than a challenge, it's breaking the chain, cause 10 minutes a day rewired my brain. 10 minutes a day, brick by brick, built from the bottom, now the vision stick. No hype, no cap, just clarity. This ain't just income, it's legacy. Every click, every song I create etches my name where they can't erase. You can doubt, but you gon' see. 10 minutes a day turned into legacy. Now my daughter sees me different, eyes full of fire. She said, Ma, your words lift me higher. This ain't a hustle, this a heart-led path, where math meets message and message meets math. Community over clicks, value over hype. I ain't here to trend, I'm here to type blueprints for the ones still stuck in fear. Let them borrow my belief till their purpose clear. Haters still quiet, but I'm loud with grace. Posting in peace, not a mask on my face. Every bar I drop, every beat I write, I'm freeing the ones with the pain they hide. 10 minutes ain't much, but it changed my